In this lesson plan, we're introducing a grade 5 social studies inquiry project on food insecurity.
Yeah, and the beauty with the lesson plan like this one is that differentiated instructions can happen in almost every aspect of the lesson, and many different differentiated instructions have been added into this lesson. So let's take a look at some of the ones that we have put through.
So first of all, there's a profile of a student that we differentiated for that has difficulty sitting still, likes to move around a lot in class. So throughout the lesson, we've told the students in advance that there will be movement that's incorporated. For example, there's a body break about halfway through, as well as groups moving from one place to the next. But we also remind the students that they have freedom to move about during the lesson as they need to. And we have specified walking or standing areas within the class. And this is completely part of the class norms.
Yeah, and this really helps them, right, to focus when it is time to focus, and we're giving them the space that they need if they do need to move around. And another one that we also differentiated for is kind of more the visual learners. So we assigned the job of visual note takers. So really to kind of capture what is being discussed kind of on the dry eraser board or the chalkboard, just so that everyone can be engaged and not just having the teacher speak, but we're also doing it visually as well.
Yeah, it's worth pointing out too that we also designed this as an activity where the teacher has assigned the groups. They are mixed ability groups, and they're really built so that the students are able to use complementary skill sets and be successful in the project.
Yeah. And with the choosing of groups as well, like you can also use like the popsicle methods too as well. So it can look random, but not necessarily, it can be specific to what the teacher wants, but the students think that it is kind of the random draw, which actually helps sometimes in how they will deal with the members of their group. So that really is one way that you can do that. And another differentiation that we did was just kind of giving a heads up of what's coming up for the next few like things in the lesson and like the next day or so, just so that some of the students really need kind of that structure. So we've made it clear of what is expected and the timings and everything, so that there's nothing that is a surprise to them.
Yeah, and sometimes students have difficulty dealing with conflict, and so we anticipate that this will come up in the course of their inquiry. So we also remind the students that there is what we call a conflict resolution corner in the classroom. There's some comfortable seating. There's anchor charts posted there that remind students of some steps they can take, like taking a moment before they begin the argument to just make sure that they're ready to collaborate on their solution together.
No, exactly. And speaking of like environment as well, right, we're also offering students to work in the hall if they have kind of issues with being it too loud in the classroom, and just providing that space for them where they'll exceed. And so we really are trying to make that environment a safe space for everyone. So depending on the needs of the students, you would adjust some of the like the location of the assignment.
Yeah.